Oh, hi, Oshin. I think I got it right. About, just about. Or is it Oshin? Is that the right way to say it? Oshin or Oshin? Ooh, fully dry. Ooh, we're right there with Mercedes now. We're literally matching them. Oh my god. How can it fail that many times? Jesus. Wasted most of our practice. Oh, FB1. Ooh. Oh my god. As if that one actually completed. We done everything. 13 minutes to spare. don't think that no one's in the stream. Okay. Yay. Oh fuck. Oh well.
Standing by.
$27.92 laps of fuel. Why? Why? Hold on. What? Has it put that much in for? That's not the setup. Right, let's... Oh my... Why has it put that much fuel in? I really don't understand that. I'm gonna put it down anyway. And save it. Because, yeah. We don't want that much fuel in at the start of each session. But welcome to the stream, guys. Hi, Matthias Orden. I think I've seen you here before, but I'm not entirely sure, so correct me if I'm wrong. But welcome to the stream anyway. Great to see you here. We're at Silverstone for round 8. And after this race, it will be the mid-season contract window. And we might be looking to move teams. Just to try and get the transfers going. Even more than what they already are. But we're not sure on that yet. But yeah, if you wasn't in the stream for Austria, done that last night, so I'd go and check that one out. I've said plenty of times in that stream, one of the craziest races I've been in career mode. Ricardo, our teammate, crashed out in qualifying in Q1 in the wet. We got knocked out in Q2. We took engine penalties to start from P20, and at the start of the race it said that Jack Aitken was already a lap down, even though he was ahead of us by like 3 positions. So that glitch happened, and then at turn 1, on lap 1, Leclerc spun and caused a pile-up. We had no DNFs from that, just a bit of damage from a few people, and we was already up into P4. And by the end of the first lap, because Bottas pit for damage, we were up into P3, so from 20th to 3rd. Then Gasly, a few laps after that safety car, spun and nearly caused a big crash. There were so many cars that nearly hit him. I don't know how they avoided him. Then a few laps later, well, I say a few, but a lot of laps later, Sainz crashed into the back of Gasly while Gasly was entering the pit lane, caused him to DNF and caused a safety car, the second one of that race. Then we had Russell chasing us on the softs, and he had an engine failure, so we were quite safe from him. We just had to concentrate on Verstappen ahead of us. And then Verstappen went in for his second stop, as he was on the same strategy as Russell, to stop medium to soft to medium. just got to try and concentrate through these corners, to be honest, instead of speaking. But yeah, as I was saying, after Verstappen's pit stop, he was catching us at a rate where he'd catch us even before the final lap. And he didn't, because he spun into the gravel. He ended up finishing P3 behind his teammate Bottas. Ricciardo managed from P19 up into P6 to get some good points for the team as well. We're going to go again, as we wasn't fully concentrated on that lap. Bit of track limits at turn 1, but not really gaining us too much. But it's a better Q1 for Ricciardo.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
As he sets the fastest lap. He's not crashed out on his while he's on his flying lap. Oh. Okay. So, we know not to go flat out at Cops now. So we're just trundling backwards. We're gonna get off the track. Oh, and we've got rear wing damage now. Probably gonna have to go back out. Because our first lap was pretty shocking. Can't lie.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
I wasn't fully concentrated. I've had a hectic day. I've only just finished my driving lesson. So I'm pretty drained. Pretty shattered. But I will look at chat now. Oh, thank you, Chavies. That means a lot to me. So thank you for joining the stream also. And thank you for your kind comments. But at the moment, Ricciardo's actually gone quicker than Verstappen. If you've watched all of the streams, you know that Verstappen has been very quick this season. And he's not been beaten in qualifying, I don't think. But now Ricciardo's ahead of him. I know it's only Q1, but that's still massive. So we watch the rest of the drivers while we're waiting for our damage repair. Maybe our lap wasn't actually too bad, because we're not that far down. And Bottas even goes third, slower than Ricciardo. So Ricciardo's making his comeback here, proving that he has got the pace in Q1. Okay, so we are P11. Russell's most likely going to go quicker than us. He goes third, so yeah, He's gone ahead of Bottas, but not ahead of Ricciardo. Look at that field spread though, only the top 6 within a second of one another. But yeah, we are going to go back out just to be safe. Plus it's our home race, so we don't really want to be starting outside the top 10.
All personnel be aware. Car leaving.
I am from Britain. How about you? British with an accent. It's something called Black Country. It's where I'm from, and means that you're not a posh Brit.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Check chat again. No, this is not league race. This is my career mode. We're doing full qualifying, and it's a 50% race. I do not stream league races. People who have been in league streams of mine will tell you why.
Daniel is now in pole position.
Because yeah, well, it never brings me luck. Everything goes tits up, basically. So yeah, we just stream career mode. It seems to go better for us. And of course, sometimes I stream a bit of Rec Room, if you know what that is. I recommend watching my Rec Room videos. They're actually quite funny, if I do say so myself. But yeah, in Q1 we're going to go for our second lap. Not what we wanted to do though. We only wanted to go for 1 lap, but we've had to use another set of tyres now. Ah, camera glitch. So every once in a while my controller decides to do a little funny glitch, and if I touch the looking back camera the slightest little bit, it will have a little I'd like to call it a spasm. It has a little spasm. So yeah, it's not the stream, don't worry. It is my controller, and I can see it. Well, makes me not be able to see really what's going on track. We use a bit of track limits at Cops there while we're talking. Ah, we're on the grass, yay. And we're back facing backwards. We'll try that again. Sorry guys. Oh my god, what is it with that corner? We don't have enough downforce, I don't think, on the rear end to just keep it through there. Okay, we're better through it that time. We're only 2.5 tenths up though. It's not much of an improvement. But something's better than nothing, right? It's now 3 tenths up. We found a bit of time through that corner. Now around the final corner we're still about 3 tenths up. We go 10th. It's still not a great lap, I'll be honest. we are very much at risk. Back. Sorry about that. But yeah. As I was saying, not a great lap. We're at risk, I'd say, of getting knocked out here in Q1. If the drivers behind go quicker than us. We know that the Alpines have got pace. Hamilton and Norris have definitely got pace in the Aston Martin and Williams. Alonso actually manages P11. Perez goes ahead of us P10. Knocks us down one position. But I think we're actually through. Yeah, I'd say we're through now. So we're just going to get it back to the pits as quick as we can. Start Q2. Doesn't look like we've got a lot of faith though here at Britain. It's not really, oh well, on recent F1 games anyway, ever since I'd say 2019. Well, 2019 was the last time that it was a good track for me. Ever since 2020 it's become a lot more challenging for me to do perfectly. So we have lost time, I'd say, over the recent F1 games. I'll check chat now. Hi G4 Racing. My assist is anti-lock brakes on and automatic gears. Obviously the corners in racing lines, but that's just to try and get my braking point right. But yeah, knocked out in Q1. A big surprise actually is Esteban Ocon in the Williams. It's just not been going well for him this season in that Williams at all. Of course, Norris managed to score the first points for Williams last time out at Austria. But Ocon, he was a lap down. So still not going Ocon's way. Hi Rom. How are you doing? Right, so I've got a little bit of a plan actually. See how it says overcast in 10 minutes? I might just wait until then because does get a bit understeery itself sometimes, but we may as well add that down for we can't. I forgot we can't add the rear wing. Maybe a bit more turning though could do. So we'll put 7-8 just to try and get us a bit more turned into the corners. as that was what was causing us to go wide onto the grass in the first place. Yeah, we're gonna wait until near the end of Q2 to go out. We're gonna watch Verstappen since he's gonna be the first one on a lap. Of course, last time in Austria we went out on the mediums right at the end of Q2. Worst mistake of my life. We got knocked out in P14. So we'll never be doing that again. We'll just go out right at the end on the softs. But yeah, if you're new here, then you won't know. I watch the cars set their laps, because if I accelerate time, it makes the cars go faster than what they actually would, and they set quicker lap times, which makes it impossible for me to get through. So we're going to watch them in order across the line. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up with them. Yeah, that's just how we do here. But across the line, a 122.8 still. Next one will be nope, Sainz. He goes P2. We go to Gasly now, as I believe he's the next one. First in speed trap. Of course, that AlphaTauri is quite quick. He goes third though. Alonso's going to be the next one. He goes fourth. Last of the people who've set a time. Norris now at his home race for his British team as well. Their home race. He goes P5. Slowest of the people who set a lap. Yuki Tsunoda now on the medium tyres into the final chicane. Round the final corner he goes, and he goes second behind Verstappen by quite a little bit actually, but it's still P2. Now it's Bottas on the mediums also. Round the final corner he goes, and he's 2/10 off his teammate, goes P2. Hamilton now, also a Brit in a British team. Round the final corner he goes P7, just ahead of Lando Norris. Second slowest time out of everyone. Leclerc's going to be next though in the Ferrari. Of course, Ferrari have had a little few glimpses of pace this season, but I think it's just track dependent. As Leclerc crosses the line, goes third ahead of Tsunoda, just behind Bottas. Here comes our teammate now, Daniel Ricciardo, on the mediums. He's got the confidence to go on the mediums. He's first in the speed trap. Where's he going to go? He goes second, just about second. Wow. I think that Russell's just got a bit of a slipstream off his teammate, or he may have got held up, but we'll soon find out. As he crosses the line, he goes sixth, so most likely held up. We'll check how close that is between. Wow, 5 thousandths between Ricciardo and Verstappen. That is very close. Now Guan Yu Zhou in the Aston Martin. He'll be the next one to cross the line. Of course, he's outscored his teammate Hamilton in the championship so far. Finished P7 at Austria. But here he goes then, crosses the line, goes P12 behind his teammate Hamilton. And slowest driver of everyone so far. Sergio Perez in the Alpine will be next. Being quite consistent in that Alpine. Taking it into the top 10 with Alonso as well, matching his teammate. He goes across the line now and goes P6. So it's ahead of Russell, who is on the mediums. Here comes Stroll then straight away after. Goes P5. He's gone quicker than his teammate Gasly, who was also on the mediums. Yeah. In the knockout zone, we have Zhou, Norris, Hamilton, Alonso. Of course, ourselves, who hasn't set a lap. We are going to fast forward to that overcast period. Hopefully, it comes at the right time. Yes, it should be overcast now. So we're going to go out on track. It doesn't look overcast to me. Oh, you got the PS5. Nice one, Rom. And yeah, Verstappen has been pretty dominant in that Mercedes this season. But we are 5 points behind him in the championship after Austria. Himself making that costly mistake while he was chasing us down. Spun into the gravel and finished third while we went on to win the race. Yeah, there's been 4 different winners so far this season. Ourselves and Verstappen have been the only repeat winners this season as well. But the one-time race winners of the season is Bottas and Russell. I don't think Tsunoda's won one. Ricciardo hasn't won one yet, as he hasn't had the car up until now. So maybe we might see a Ricciardo win here at Silverstone. So I'm not sure what the AI are doing. I'm going to back off away from them though. No, but it's not overcast like it said it was going to be. So our plan has basically gone to nothing. Still blue skies. But we get ready to go for our lap, our one and only lap in Q2. Of course, we haven't got another set of soft tyres anyway, as we used 2 sets in Q1, even though we probably didn't need to in hindsight. Here we go then, on our lap. Oh, but yeah, the car's already feeling better since we had added that extra bit of front wing. Definitely getting the response that we need in the entry of corners. But will it be enough to put us into the top 10 shootout here at our home race? We'll see in about half a lap's time. Through Cops, nicely done. Not overdoing it too much. But we're only just about quicker than Alonso actually through that second sector, so it might not be as good as the lap as I thought it would be. We're going to keep pushing, as we always do, through the final corner now, and looks like we're through. P9. I don't know why it's shown an AlphaTauri, but it is. And oh my life, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Russell did not go back out for another lap. So that means he's knocked out in Q2 on the medium tyres. He was so committed to getting through on those mediums that he didn't go back out, and it means that he's knocked out at his home race. We're the only Brit that's through into Q3, and I didn't even expect it. So quite interesting. We've only just about got through, let's be honest. It's looking very close still, as 11 of us are separated by under 5 tenths, and the top 10 under 5 tenths as well. So I'll check the chat. Nothing happened. Oh, hi. Oh, a new rig. Oh yeah, of course. Your other one broke, didn't it? Hi, Philip. I'm good. I'm tired, to be honest. How are you? So this is our last set of softs. It's not going to rain in qualifying, I hope. It didn't say on the weather forecast anyway. But it's looking a bit more overcast than it was before. The track temperature is going down, so that could be good for us when we do go out later in the session. But Stroll's going to be the first one to set a lap in Q3. That AlphaTauri ever improving. At the start of the stream they had just overtaken Williams. But it does seem like AlphaTauri are a lot further up than that, I'd say. But they've only just overtook Williams for, like, I don't know, 6th best team. So obviously they've got 2 very good drivers. Stroll last time out did get P4 in Austria, a very good drive from him. His teammate was in the wars, let's say, getting involved in 2 incidents. One where he spun on his own, and the second one he was entering the pit lane and Sainz just went right into the back of him. Gasly this is, by the way, talking about. But round the final corner now. Let's see what the benchmark is from Stroll. So 123.2. We now go to his teammate Gasly as he goes into the final few corners. Around the final corner. And he sets a 122.9. So not a bad lap from Gasly. Goes quicker than his teammate. Bottas is going to be the next one though in a quicker car and goes 5 tenths quicker than Gasly does. Ricciardo next. So we'll see if he can go ahead of Bottas and what kind of lap time he's doing. It's a quick one. It's a 122.1. So a very nice lap from our teammate there to put himself into provisional pole at the moment. Now it's Sainz in the Ferrari. Round the final corner he goes. And he's 4th. Ahead of Stroll, just slotting in between the 2 AlphaTauris. Now it's Yuki Tsunoda in the McLaren. McLaren's home race, of course. And the only McLaren in the Q3, the top 10 shootout. He goes P3, just behind, well, 3 tenths behind Bottas, 5 tenths away from our teammate Ricciardo. Now it's the other Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. As he goes down the hill now towards the final section of the track, I should say. Goes around the final corner then, and he puts his Ferrari in P5, so just ahead of his teammate. So basically matching are the 2 Ferraris. Now it's the Alpine of Sergio Perez, the only Alpine in this session. He goes across the line, stays P8, slowest of everyone so far, but now it's Max Verstappen. Let's see if he can go quicker than our teammate Daniel Ricciardo and take his provisional pole away. Where's it going to be? It's 2nd. He's less than a 10th away from our teammate, but it's Ricciardo who is on provisional pole in this first part of Q3. So very interesting. I don't think that we're going to be in the fight for pole, I'll be honest. We've been off the pace all of this all of the quali basically. So we're just fighting to get up as high as we can. But we'll skip to the end of qualifying now and get out on track in these overcast conditions. Very overcast actually. Should help us. So I do like the overcast conditions at Silverstone. It helps the tyres a lot more. It's looking mainly between Verstappen and Ricciardo, I'd say, for this race win. Or provisional pole. I can't even talk about the race, to be honest. This career mode, after Austria, it just gets absolutely hectic. You don't know who's going to win where and, you know, what's going to happen in the races. So we'll just start our aim to get off as high as possible in this quali session, while the others fight it very hard to try and get pole. Oh, not the engine. Need to warm up the engine. I remember that from a comment that I had on the live stream. We want to keep the tyres cool as possible though. Got the engine optimal temperature. As all of the other drivers now come out the pits to go on their final runs, we're into the final sector now. Still trying to warm up our engine. But yeah, I think that that's the most that we can do. So now for the final time in qualifying, as I don't think that we're going to be able to go for another run given our fuel level. Here we go on our flying lap. I think that that was the best that we've ever done, Cops and Maggots and Beckett's through the whole of qualifying. But we are only just about quicker than Leclerc through both sectors. I'm going to try and go for it again since we're only P6. I don't think that we're going to get anything out of the tyres, plus we're quite low on fuel. Yeah, tyres are just way too hot. And our camera is glitching. Ricciardo goes even quicker, he's done a 122.0 to put himself even further on pole position. See if anyone can beat that. It will probably be Verstappen if anyone does manage that to beat it. And we've dropped down to P7 because Leclerc has gone P6, took his spot back. But it looks like our teammate Ricciardo, after crashing out in Q1 in Austria last time, he is on pole position for the British Grand Prix in our career mode.
Understood, stopping this lap.
But yeah, as I was saying in Q2, was it Q2, Q1? I've not been the best at Silverstone since after 2019. 2019 was the last time that I was actually good at this track in career modes.
Sitting in pole, they're in pole position.
Oh yeah, just for confirmation there, Jeff telling us that Ricardo is on pole position. I just fed into the pit lane for the third consecutive time. Look at the speed that the AI actually takes through that corner. I think that's why they're gaining all their time, I can't lie.
With qualifying finished, it's
Oh
time
yeah,
to
look how
remind
close that
ourselves
is
of our top
between
three,
Ricardo and Verstappen.
and Valtteri Bottas. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back
Kind
tomorrow
of done
as
a
we head into
Nikita
the Grand Prix.
Mazepin being 9/10 off our teammate, but it's all about the race. It's all about the race. That's where the points are. We came from P20 last time out to win. So what can we do from P7? I'll check chat. That's a good Philip. Hi Pranjal and Harvey. I don't know, I don't really do my team. I've personally always preferred driver career over my team. One, because the graphics in my team, when you put on a livery, is actually quite shocking sometimes. At least for me anyway, on PS4. It's all like, you know, not sharpened up on the edges of the livery pattern and stuff. Two, the liveries aren't realistic enough for me from what you actually get in the game. So, yeah. The only good thing is you get more drivers, more cars on the grid. And also I'm not creative enough to think of a good team name. I'll be very honest.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, edging out Max
Oh, but no
Verstappen,
grid penalties
who'll
for the
start
front
from
two.
P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, and Leclerc.
No grid penalties for anyone in
Edwards,
front of us.
Sainz,
So we still
Stroll,
start
and
P7.
Sergio Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Lando Norris, and Giovinazzi, Ocon, Jack Aitken, and Nikita Mazepin.
Oh.
Fernando Alonso.
Alonso
They'll be
and
starting
Schumacher
further
both
back
taking
after an
penalties.
earlier grid penalty. And Mick Schumacher. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
I've never understood that radio message. Surely you'd want to take more risks, as it is your home race. But yeah, we're going to underfuel the car by a lap. And one stop, pretty simple, onto the medium tyres. We've done it 3 races in a row. This will be a one stop onto mediums from softs. We had it at Baku, Austria, and now Silverstone. And of course in Baku and Austria we went on to win both races after doing the one stop. So could this be our 3rd consecutive win? We'll find out, but it's to 5 red lights then. We get a pretty okay start. Verstappen doesn't get a good one though. It's 3 wide into turn 1 between the 2 Mercedes and Gasly. Gasly has to back out there. Bottas still going for the move on his teammate. We go to the inside and there's Sainz. Sending, whoa, that's a crash. Sainz and Gasly once again come together in the race. And Gasly and Sainz are both out.
There appears to have been an issue with
And it's caused a safety car. I don't know what Sainz was trying to do there. Maybe try and get revenge. As he literally turned left at the apex. His front right came off instead of his front left, which is that's the F1 game physics for you. But both Gasly and Sainz are out straight away, and it's a good job that we overfueled our car, underfueled our car, I mean, by that much. The safety car's out straight away, but it's Ricciardo who still leads. He's got ahead of Bottas has got ahead of Verstappen, his teammate, and we're just behind on the soft tyres, the only one on the soft tyres out of the two Mercedes and our teammate. But yeah, it's another lap 1 safety car.
Drop your speed, our delta is too low.
But yeah, we were kind of looking for the move on Gasly. Well, not Gasly, I think it was Stroll and Leclerc. And then Sainz just came out of nowhere, sent it down the inside, and quite late on the brakes actually. Went straight into Gasly. I don't think that anyone else has got damage, which is lucky for them. No, they haven't. Only Sainz and Gasly from that, facing the consequences. I will check chat when we've caught up to the safety car, which is now. See your guys' thoughts. Thank you, Renata. Hopefully I do get the win. I mean, we've made it work other times, and plus the top 3 are on the one stop from mediums to softs. It's probably going to be a bit more difficult for us, as we'll be on the slower tyre later on, and they'll be on the quicker tyre. See our fuel already at minus 0.57, so it's saving quite quickly. And it's still counting actually, back on. The tyres are getting quite cold, so got to try and warm those up. I may have to go in the middle of this race, so you guys, what we do, end the stream when I have to go and then stream when I come back for the rest of the race, or continue with the stream, just I'll be on pause, and then when I'm back, I'm back. Let me know in the chat what you would rather me do. Yeah, this safety car is dragging on quite a little bit. Hopefully it's in this lap, it should be. we should get this call soon for when the safety car comes in, if it is in this lap. I hope it is, for your guys' sake and mine, as I'm literally nearly going to sleep here while I'm driving. It's not a good thing. But yeah, safety car is in. We'll look to get the best restart possible against Verstappen on those mediums. We will need to get our tyres a bit more warmed up if we want that. And Ricciardo's gone already into the braking zone of the final two corners. Oh no, we have not got a good restart. Camera glitch doesn't help either. And we've already lost like 5 tenths to Verstappen because of our oversteer moment. We're lucky to not be overtaken by Leclerc too. But yeah, still getting snaps as we go through the lap on the first few corners. So not a good restart for us at all. Oh, and Leclerc is looking for the move, but he's not going to go for anything. I'm going to try and use our ERS a little bit, just to try and stay with Verstappen. We don't want to lose him completely, but it looks to be happening. Whoa, nearly losing the back end again there. We've got the straight line speed over the Ferrari, we know that. This car just doesn't feel right whatsoever. Ricciardo's loving it out front. I'm glad his car is working for him.
Gap to car in front is 1.7 seconds.
We are losing a lot of time to Verstappen ahead. To be honest, we're just defending from Leclerc from now, I'd say. Take Maggots and Beckett so awkwardly, and it puts us on the grass. We get a warning for exceeding track limits. Yeah, these softs do not feel great at all. They feel so horrible. They're so oversteery and slidey. That's probably why. That is probably why. 106 degrees on the rear left. I'd rather get off these softs as quick as possible, Jeff, to be honest. I don't want to stay on them for any longer than what I have to. We get the camera glitch again, I'm so sorry about that. Gasly, oh, Stroll's actually going for the move on Leclerc into Cops, but he's not got anything done. Leclerc's gaining on us a little bit down the straight. Of course, he's got the DRS. Probably also used a little bit of ERS, but we were also using our ERS. so it kind of cancelled each other out since his engine power isn't as big as ours. Oh, yellow flag. Don't know who that's for or what it's for. Oh, it's an Aston Martin. Guan Yu Zhou. So it's not the home man Lewis Hamilton. It is his teammate Guan Yu Zhou. Leclerc gets a little bit close for comfort. We have to take a little bit of a defensive line into that corner. But again, going onto that grass, it's just not worked out for us all weekend, and that's compromised our exit. It's meant that Leclerc has managed to get alongside us into this corner and actually go around the outside of us to get up into P4, but we come back at him. Down the inside we go, and we're back up into
Yellow
P4.
flag.
Yellow flag still for Guan Yu Zhou.
Be aware, there's an
Unless,
incident in the next part of the
there's
track.
been a crash
No
up ahead.
overtaking through the yellow flags.
There
We're
hasn't,
approaching the pit
of course.
window. You'll be on the mediums.
So apparently we've got engine wear. The warning lights came on for it. It's the control electronics. We've kind of got a train foreman behind us here. Russell's still trying to find a way past Perez, but he's defending like crazy, so he's not managing that. Oh, Russell's actually gone up the inside of Perez at Cops, and he's still alongside him into Maggots and Beckett's. So that could be something to look out for as Leclerc also tries to go up the inside of us at Maggots and Beckett's. It's now 3 wide between ourselves, Leclerc and Stroll. Stroll has the overspeed, but we dive back down the inside of Leclerc. We get the camera glitch mid-battle. We're still side by side with Stroll. Into the final corner, so close to making contact on the front left and the front right of his car.
Box, box.
But
We're coming in
we've
this
kept P4 somehow through all of that, and our pit window is open. It's time to get off these softs and push on the mediums. And you guys, if you've been in my stream before, you know that mediums, I do very well on mediums. They are my tyre, I'd say. my kind of tyre. But Stroll goes for the move up the inside, very close to making contact. I don't think that there was any made though. So we've managed to hang it round the outside, send it up the inside, squeeze Stroll out a little bit there, and stay in P4. But all of this is making us lose time to the cars ahead, which we don't want. Stroll is looking for the move into Maggots and Beckett's. We cut him off though, as that would have been a very late and stupid move for him to make. We would have both been in the barrier if he'd have made that. But now with the DRS he's going to go for it on us around the outside again. We dive it back down the inside, but we're coming into the pits anyway. We squeeze him out and we come into the pits. So does Stroll and Leclerc actually. We don't speed in the pit lane when it matters. We just about slowed down actually for that. But yeah, hopefully we have pace on these mediums. We haven't tried them all weekend, so see how it goes. This is basically our test run. Such a slow pit lane at Silverstone.
No more scheduled pit stops.
I get why it is slow because of the start of it, but the rest of it should be more than 37 miles per hour, I'd say. Oh yeah, already feeling the grip on these medium tyres. So it's now time to start pushing, see what we can gain to the drivers ahead of us, or even behind us. Oh, I'm turning way too early for cops. I'm very tired, I'll admit, under that safety car and while nothing was going on before Leclerc started attacking us. My eyes were literally on the verge of closing. Mazepin and Schumacher. Oh, there's a yellow flag. So, I don't know what that would be. It's a crash for Schumacher. We'll have a look what's happened. Whether he's just spun it. He has just spun it. On the grass. Oh, nearly reverses into his teammate, Mazepin. But no damage for Schumacher. Only position. And here comes Leclerc actually. Going round the outside of us, trying to do what Stroll's done. Plenty of times. Mazepin's actually the first one to pit out of the two Haas cars. Which is surprising, given that Schumacher's just literally span on those tyres. So anyway, here we come to the exit of the pit lane. We're just about ahead of Russell. Russell's actually jumped us, so that overcut seems to be more powerful than the undercut somehow. But Russell's jumped a lot of cars. Look how much he's gaining down the straight. This is going to be more difficult to defend from, as he's in a quick McLaren compared to the Ferrari and the AlphaTauri. But yeah, you can see the difference though. At certain tracks, the AI are definitely quicker. I mean, look how much the AI gain on the exit of Cops. I don't get how they do that. And through Maggots and Beckett's to take it so quickly. And at the end of this straight as well, that corner is taken quickly as well by the AI. Got a bit of DRS to defend from Russell, luckily, as he's right behind us. Schumacher's holding him up a little bit for us, which is amazing work for him, but he peels into the pit lane, so doesn't exactly do too much. Yeah, as I was saying, the AI at different circuits are definitely quicker. Verstappen's on the hard tyres. So maybe they're not going medium soft. After all. I doubt that we'll be able to catch him still. But he is on the worst tyre compared to the mediums. Also, I can't really see the logic of Russell. He got knocked out in Q2, of course. On the medium tyres, he didn't go back out because he was adamant that he was going to start on the mediums. But it turns out that he started on the softs. And he's doing the same strategy as us. Soft to medium. So, a massive AI mistake, I'd say. A bit of a stupid one.
We're trailing our teammate by 43.2 seconds.
So again down the DRS straight, here comes Russell. He's going to actually send one to the inside. He does make contact with us. I'm not sure if we've got any damage to our front wing. That would just completely make things worse if we have. We don't have damage, luckily. It would have been. It was very close to us getting some. But yeah, look on the exit of Cops once again. The AI, so strong off there, gained so much. I don't know what else I can do to get a good exit out of Cops compared to the AI, but Russell's going to go flying past us with the DRS, maybe even ERS usage. We're going to send it back down the inside of Russell. He cuts us off though, as if we're completely not there, and he's ahead into P5. We've got to try and stick with him though, so we can get pulled along. Since, remember, he is chasing after Verstappen, and he probably will do so. So we've just got to stay within that DRS, get the slipstream as much as possible, don't go for any moves though, and just try and catch up to Verstappen using Russell as our tow truck, I'd say. We've done it successfully so far, but Ricciardo's into the pits now for the first time, so he is going medium to softs, I should imagine. I can't see, if he goes to hards, I can't see why he's left it this late, as Verstappen pitted like 2 laps ago for the hard tyres. But that was maybe to try and force Ricciardo into pitting for the hards, as Verstappen was the Mercedes that was behind. In terms of the 2 Mercedes, he was the Mercedes that was behind, yeah, if you get what I mean. Okay. Yes! Right. So guys, I'm gonna pause it here. Feel free to take a break. I should only be about 10 minutes. But yeah, I'll see you in 10 minutes. I am not stopping the stream. This is going to just be as one stream. So yeah, take a little bit of a break. I'll be about 10 minutes. Check back in 10 minutes if you're still interested in this race. And yeah, see you then. Hello, hello, hello. I am back. So, yeah, we continue on from where we left off. Trying to keep with Russell. So we can try and pull us along to Verstappen. I'm going to use everything that we can, DRS, ERS, and our straight line speed to try and stay with him. But yeah, thank you for coming back, guys. And checking back, and thank you for joining. To whoever's new here. We've just about got 10 laps to go then of this British Grand Prix. Tsunoda's in the pits now. He's gone onto the soft tyres, so he's going to be very quick, and that's going to be another McLaren to watch out for. And he actually exits the pits right behind us, which is not ideal, as that means he's going to be able to go for an attack straight away on those much more grippier softs compared to our mediums. And plus, you saw the pace of Russell when he overtook us, and he's also on mediums, so Tsunoda's going to be that, but times 2, times 10, I don't know, times 5, we'll go in the middle, even though that's not the middle, we'll go times 5. But yeah, I'm sorry about the camera glitch, it still seems to be happening. Tsunoda gets a way better exit off Copse, we cut him off though, as once again that would be a stupid move. It would have put us both in the barriers if he'd have gone for that. Alright, down the straight, with our ERS usage with the DRS, it's actually pulling us away from Tsunoda and still helping us catch up to Russell, who is catching Verstappen very slowly though. So I don't know if we'll catch by the end. I've put myself off by speaking most of the time, I'm not gonna lie. So we'll try and do less of that. Yeah, once again, using our ERS with the DRS, just trying to catch up to Russell and maintain the gap, and of course stay ahead of Tsunoda. I don't think we'll be fighting for the win in this one. We haven't been all race really. Ricciardo's setting fastest laps. Of course, he's on the softs as well. Him and Bottas, I think, are on the same strategy. If Ricciardo wins, then that will be our 50th different winner in 8 rounds. I don't think that Russell's catching Verstappen anymore. I just don't think that McLaren has got enough pace to do that. Or Russell's just trying to back me into Tsunoda, so Tsunoda can get through. But we're not going to let that happen. Yeah, Ricciardo goes quickest again. And not a lot has happened exactly since lap 1 with that crash with Sainz and Gasly at turn 3. If you're an RRL Kieran customer, or just a Kieran 88 customer, you can now click the red button and watch the highlights alongside the live action. Sorry, I had to do an impression of the Sky Q and Sky Glass customer advert that always comes up during the real life races. But yeah, not a lot to watch right now, so you may as well just do that if you want.
Okay, some information on
Oh,
Perez.
Perez
They
has
have
got
an
an
issue with their
issue.
car. They're going too
Don't
slow.
see how that affects us, I'm not gonna lie. But apparently Jeff felt the need to tell me.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
We nearly lose the back end as we hit the curb. A bit too much there. Tsunoda's very close to us. Could potentially look for a move into this corner. Whoa, and we nearly do a Perez from the sprint in real life. That loses us time to Tsunoda. He looks alongside us, but we've got the ERS usage that overpowers his McLaren, and we stay ahead. But yeah, that idea that I had to stay behind Russell and try and keep up with Verstappen as well. Well, try and catch up to Verstappen. Hasn't seemed to work out. Russell's lost his pace on the mediums. He's been pushing a bit too hard. And yeah, looks like we're going to have to try and go for a move on Russell at the dying stages of the race, which is actually quite soon. But we are going to have to go for it at some point if we want a really good result and Verstappen to not outscore us by too much. Oh, and we actually done a nice cops there. We gained time on Russell for the first time this whole race through cops. Open the DRS a little bit late, but doesn't really matter too much. We've actually improved on our lap time by 2 tenths. So these medium tyres are starting to come to us now. Unlike for Russell. But I am feeling a lot more grip for some reason now than I actually was when we first went on to the medium tyres.
Laps of fuel remaining.
But yeah, this is how close I really want to be to Russell. So I can start getting, well, start thinking about a move, or getting a move done. So I think we should be able to do this lap. So if we've got the overspeed, then we are going to go for it. So here we go, we close up in the slipstream, ERS, DRS, go down the inside, cut back to the racing line, and we're back ahead of George Russell. But the only problem is now we haven't got the DRS, we've only got ERS to defend. So maybe not good, or it could be, who knows. We'll find out. Oh, here goes Russell without the DRS anyway. He goes up the inside of turn 1. We have a bit of a camera glitch again, which doesn't let us see the placement of Russell's car too much, but we stay ahead of Russell anyway as we go onto the DRS straight. See our ERS compared to his DRS. It's not too much of a difference, but he is faster with the DRS. Also, I know that the AI in the final 2 laps, they use all of their ERS, so we might have to start defending from next lap pretty hard. But yeah, this camera glitch is doing my head in now. Oh, and Mazepin's out, so see what's happened there. It's probably just a mechanical fault. Yes, it is. His engine has gone off in smokes, Jesus, and he nearly ends up with his teammate in the back of him. Could have been nasty, but even if it was a nasty crash, there wouldn't be any safety cars. It's pretty late in the race.
Yellow flag.
Oh, and this is crucial now. This yellow flag goes nearly all the way down the straight. So Russell, if he gains too much, he has to back off. But it goes to green flag now, all the way down the straight. But that's saved us for at least this lap, as the AI tend to back off through the yellow flags if they've got the DRS.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
A bit wide at Cops there, not taking the best lines through the corner. Ricardo once again. He's gone way quicker than his fastest lap before. Tsunoda could be going for the move on Russell here, but I don't think he does. Oh, he does. He sent it down the inside of his teammate, but he's not got anything done. And that's lost them a little bit of time, but not too much, unfortunately for us. But now we go around the... Wow, that was such a big glitch.
This is your final
we're on to the final lap. This is where the AI use and abuse their ERS. So, expect some hard defending from ourselves. Down the DRS straight, and off of corners as well, like Cops, where they're very overpowered, as they'll be using their ERS everywhere. So here goes Russell. You can tell he's already using his ERS by how much quicker he's going than the previous laps with the DRS. He's trying round the outside again, but we cover him off a little bit, and that's actually invited his teammate Tsunoda to go up the inside. The two McLarens now side by side into Cops. Could this be a bad ending for the two of them? No, it's not. Tsunoda's through on Russell at the moment, but of course there is one final straight, and they're still going side by side through Maggots and Beckett's. Ricciardo becomes the 5th new race winner this season. Russell and Tsunoda are still going at it. Leclerc's even getting involved as well, right behind Tsunoda. But it's Russell who has the advantage at the moment. Tsunoda dives it down the inside once again at that corner, and the two McLarens are going to go side by side into the final few corners on this last lap, not helping each other out at all. And we'll see who comes across the line ahead out of those two, and by how much. But it's a P4 finish for us, which isn't too bad. We're only one place off the podium, so yeah, I'm happy with that. It's gone a lot better than I thought. I don't know when I'm going to do online races, sorry.
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
So then, here's the results. It was Tsunoda who finished ahead of Russell by nearly a tenth, and nearly every Brit but Jack Aitken scored points. Norris, of course, scoring another 2 points for Williams, and Hamilton just about finishing in the top 10. We'll go to the championship then. We're only 8 points behind Verstappen now. It was 5 before. So we continue to stay within that very close range. But the constructors, 34 points behind. I think it was 39 at the end of Austria last stream, I should say. Ferrari have gained back on AlphaTauri by a point. But yeah. Not as hectic as I thought it was going to be, but that lap 1 crash really did get close to taking us out, really. And those were your DNFs then. Sainz and Gasly in that crash. Zhou with a mechanical failure as well as Nikita Mazepin. But we have got the contract renewal time. Whether we renew the contract is another question. We have consistently in the previous 2 seasons switch teams at mid-season point. It's going well at Red Bull.
It's contract renewal time, so think about if this is
So I don't know whether to actually
we can try and negotiate
do
a better
that.
deal here, but we also have
It
the
does
chance to
get
look
the
elsewhere.
transfers going a bit wild. What do you think, guys? Should we move teams or stay at Red Bull for the rest of the season for the first time? Staying at a team throughout a whole season. Let me know what you think. While I wait for responses to that, I'm going to do some upgrading on the reliability apparently, which will come in after Hungary, just before Belgium. We'll also change our engine. Since that's pretty worn, we do get a penalty at Hungary, a grid penalty. Ricardo's focus has gone up from 29 to 32. Still quite bad, but yeah. Right, no one seems to be responding to that. So I am going to go with consistency. And the team that we will be moving to is Ferrari.
Great. They're happy to enter into negotiations with us.
And they've signed us. We are now a Ferrari driver. So we'll see all of the transfers before we get into Hungary, which will be next stream. There's number 88 on the Ferrari. Love to see it. We'll start upgrading the car, as power seems to be quite bad, so we'll hopefully get that done before Monza. As we go over to the standings. Uh-oh. I may have kicked Leclerc out of Formula 1. Uh-oh. Norris has gone to Red Bull. Wow, that's a... Ricciardo and Norris are both teammates once again, but this time at Red Bull. Carlos Sainz is still our teammate. Well, still at Ferrari. So, Leclerc is kicked out of Formula 1. Once again, for some odd reason. I don't know what I've done here. Oh no, I dread to think. Who's the driver that's... Oh no. I dread to think who's in the Ferrari, who's in... The AI is on 108. I'm working to 110 and working to no assists. But obviously I don't want to get too used to this game, since the new game's coming out soon. No Leclerc, I'm sorry Aiden. I'm so sorry. We'll go to Hungary to see if he's actually gone to Williams or if we've got a rookie. Or maybe even Raikkonen or Latifi back in Williams. Oh no, please don't be Latifi. Imagine Latifi replaces Leclerc in Formula 1. That would be the worst. Oh my god. Please don't. I dread to think. Right, let's have a look then. For God's sake. What have I done? Oh, please. What have I done? Latifi. Oh my God, what have they done with the engine? No wonder why they was having mechanical faults all the time. Jesus Christ. That engine is basically scrap. We start right from the start. The gearbox is only the good thing about this car. We'll go on to Leclerc's results because he's actually got a podium this season. Leclerc had a podium, P2, no DNFs. He's only had one finish outside the top 10, and he got kicked out of Formula 1 instead of his teammate Sainz, who's DNF'd in the past 2 races, finished out and DNF'd in Bahrain, finished outside the top 10 in P15 in China, finished P7 3 times and 10th 1 time. So once again, inconsistency from the game. But it should be an interesting next half of the season. Should be. Let's see where we are on the R&D graph. Quite far off McLaren. Not too far though. But remember, Mercedes is our real fight. We need to try and get back up to Mercedes, since Verstappen is our main contender for the championship. Rival, I should say. Hi, Dislu. I'm afraid you've joined at the wrong time, because I am going to end the stream now. Not as many driver transfers as what usually happen at mid-season when I've moved to a different team. But it's still crazy that Latifi has came in and replaced Leclerc in F1 basically, if you think about it in that way. Yeah, not a lot else to say except for 2 seasons in a row I've done this. Last season I done it with Norris. I'll go to the season results again. I moved to McLaren mid-season, and I kind of kicked Norris out of F1, and he was performing better than Ricciardo was in the other McLaren. So I've kind of done the same as last season, just with Leclerc this time. Yeah. Sorry, Leclerc fans. But, yeah, I am going to end the stream there. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for being patient with me when I had that long pause. And thank you for coming back as well to come and check what was happening. Tomorrow I will not be streaming, because we know what happened the last time that I streamed a league race. Didn't really go well, which was exactly last week actually, starting from tomorrow. Yeah, I might try and get a little cheeky career mode streaming before that race, but I don't think I will. So keep checking back anyway, subscribe, make sure you have notifications on, and then you won't miss any future streams that I've got on this career mode. So yeah, thank you for joining once again. Thank you for taking time out of your own day to come and check what's happening, and I'll see you in the next one, most likely Thursday.